Okay, so this has the potential to be the worst review I've ever done. Mainly because I've been drinking for about 6 hours already. So I may not be in the most sober state to review this movie. So take whatever I say with a grain of salt. Okay? Let's do this. Wonder Woman time. Why on earth is it so dark? Come on, give me some brightness. Give me some brightness. There we go. Look at that. That looks a lot better, doesn't it? So here we go. It's time for my Wonder Woman review. And this one's going to be, well, let's just say it's not going to be one of my best reviews. As you probably already noticed, I'm not entirely sober. So, as Jeremy Jahns would say, Jeremy Jahns, is that how you even say that? He has a reviewing system, and he says sometimes that this would be a good time if you were drunk. And I kind of can't go any further than that with Wonder Woman, because I was pretty damn drunk when I was watching that film. I'm really sorry. Let's just talk about what I remember. So I think it's probably important to start with that I actually really like Batman vs Superman. I know that's probably a very unpopular opinion. I also like Suicide Squad, to be honest, but yeah. I'm a pretty cheap date when it comes to movies. So Wonder Woman didn't have too much to live up to in terms of the DCEU. That's what it's called, right? And yeah, it pretty easily lived up to it. It was a really, really enjoyable musical. Yeah, totally a musical. I'm sorry. This is how this review is gonna go. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot, however you want to say it, she is phenomenal as Wonder Woman. As always, she's hot, she's fierce, and she plays Wonder Woman perfectly. Couldn't hope for a better Wonder Woman. And her entire supporting characters and stuff like that, Chris Pine and everyone else that doesn't quite matter quite as much as them two, they were all very good. I kind of don't entirely remember the first half of the film. That's the kind of section where you have Wonder Woman, Diana, in her kind of homeland, in the island off in the sea somewhere, and all the stuff where that was kind of take place in London, up until the kind of the war stuff. I was, yeah, not entirely focusing on the film. I'm sorry about that, but I remember it being pretty good. That's kind of where a lot of the humour came from. I didn't particularly laugh myself, but a lot of people in the cinema were laughing, so I assume it was probably meant to be quite funny, even though I didn't quite laugh myself. This is going to be such a shit review because I don't remember half of it, and probably the rest of it I wasn't really paying attention. So I'm very sorry. I'm really sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Well, let's talk about the villain of the story. Let's get away from all that kind of rubbish. Let's talk about the I don't know. It's kind of a massive spoiler who the villain of the story is. So we can't really talk about it too much. So let's kind of skirt around the issue. There are so many villains, you don't kind of know where to point. And it works for the film. You kind of are on your toes the entire thing. You're like, oh, is she the villain? Oh, spoilers there. Or is he the villain? And you just kind of, you work it out near the end. Very, very, very obviously. But up until that point, you're like, you don't really know who the focus is. You don't know whether this one person's going to turn out to be this massive mastermind, or whether they're just going to kind of float off into the distance like they technically did, or whether someone entirely different that you never suspect that's a massive plot twist is going to actually turn out to be the major bad guy. Sorry about that. If you haven't seen the film, that's a massive spoiler. I'm really sorry. Plot twists are, yeah, I feel like just saying a film has a plot twist is a massive spoiler, so I've probably ruined the film for a lot of people just then. I am really sorry. But in terms of the entire DCEU, it is an incredibly solid movie, kind of on par with Captain America: The First Avenger. This is the kind of film that the DCEU has been needing for a long time. And as I've said before, oh, I hit the camera, sorry about that. Bloody hell. As I've said before, I really enjoy every single film I watch. Like, I am really a cheap date. Like, literally, even the bloody extended edition of Batman vs Superman, I really enjoyed. And this woman here, in her own film, is really, really good. I totally recommend Wonder Woman to anybody that's even interested in the DC extended universe. Is that what it's called? I don't know. I'm too stuck to the Marvel way of thinking. But, yeah. Wonder Woman. Really, really good film. I'm going to end the review here because it's already going to shambles. I'm so sorry. I won't go to another film drunk. I'm really sorry. I'll probably do it again. I'm not going to lie.